We're excited to be coming in here. It is my daughter's science fair, a big, day where she gets to showcase all the work that she's been doing in her precious little kindergarten class, learning all about science. So my husband and we're going to be heading on over to the school. This is the first time that we're going to be inside the school, seeing her classroom. I don't even know if we'll see her classroom. We may just be in like the all-purpose room, but we're going in. We're going in. You have to go in small groups of 5 families for 15 minutes. There's a COVID check. There's all these different things, but I don't care. I am here for it. So let me know how you are doing. Do a little hashtag hello lovely in the comments below. That's your little way to give me a hug or a high five over the internet. I'm going to be doing a quick polished springtime look just to help myself feel a little bit more like me and a little bit more perky on this Friday morning. So if this is the kind of look that you'd like to see, how do I do it? This is the video for you. So I did start things off already with my Prime and Set powder. This is one of my newer products that has come out within the past year. It's a powder that actually primes your face. So you can use any kind of primer. I have a mattifying, I have a hydrating, I have a regular primer, and I have this one. This one is particularly great for those of you who have really oily skin. You're going to be out somewhere sweaty. So it's just really neat. So I've been using that a little bit. So I already let that sit on my face. Hi, Christina. So good to see you. Hi, Pernell. How are you? Thank you for the hashtag hello lovelies. As I said, it's a little hug to my heart. So I've let that powder sit on my face for a little bit. All primer fills in those pores, those fine lines, acts like Velcro for your makeup. And I'm going to be doing some really easy makeup today. I'm going to be actually utilizing my BB Flawless BB Cream. This is the perfect no makeup kind of foundation. It just evens out your skin tone. It doesn't have massively high coverage, but there is a way for you to make it more coverage. And I'm going to be sharing with you that tip and trick if I have the right concealer. I may not, so I have a couple of different other ways. You can mix concealer with it. I thought I put it out here, but I may not, and that's all good. Or you can kind of spot treatment areas. So you're just going to see. This is honestly, when people ask me, like, what foundation should I try? I always have people try with this one. It's just easy. You can apply it with your fingers or a brush or a blending bud. I'm kind of like, let's just be easy and let's use our fingers today, right? You always want to make sure if you're going to be using your fingers for your makeup routine, make sure that your hands are clean. Hi, Beth. Thank you so much for the hashtag hello lovely. Makes me so happy to see that. So what's lovely about this is it's dewy and it's super hydrating. So if you have mature skin or dry skin, this is going to be your jam. It does not sink into fine lines or pores. I absolutely love it. And it just kind of evens out my blotchiness of my skin that it's the way that it is. It happens over age and just over time. It's gotten a little more uneven. I am working very hard on my skincare, which is awesome, but sometimes I just want a little something extra. Just want a little something extra. So yeah, I'm really, really excited. My son is doing kind of a similar project, where parents get to come in and see things. He's doing a wax museum, and he is going to be Abraham Lincoln. So that'll be happening next month. But I'm just so excited because even though it still is going to be different, as I said, there's COVID checks and um, obviously masks and distancing. I'm really, really excited because it just feels a little normal. Christina says, even with my oily skin, I love BB cream. Yes, thank you so much, Christina. It's honestly great for everybody. And that's why when people say, like, which one should I start with? I say the BB cream. Even if they're looking for fuller coverage, you can amp it up with putting pressed powder on top or mixing it with your concealer. Or even if you use a tool, if you use like a foundation brush or a kabuki brush, it applies it a bit thicker. So it really just has like, it's just a miracle cream. It's so good. So I'm just taking a damp blending bud, making sure I blended it all nicely into my skin. See if there's any areas where I want to add a little bit more. Hi, Natalie. Thanks so much for tuning in, my friend. I'm getting ready for my daughter's science fair experience, which is going to be super exciting. And Blake's coming, and Blake generally works in the mornings, so he is taking just a couple hours off so we can go do this. We usually do donuts on Friday with my kids, so we're going to go to a different donut shop, taking a little bit of lighter concealer, so I'm going to be highlighting right here, all right? Going in that inner corner where I have a lot of discoloration and pigmentation. I go down that like pigmentation line. I'm bringing it on the upper portion of my cheekbone because I'm going to be highlighting. I go down the center of my nose, down on my little cupid's bow area, and on my chin. So this is highlighting. If I wanted to be adding extra coverage and like hardcore covering these age spots, I would be using a color that would be the same. Instead, I'm trying to highlight and add lightness and brightness to my face. So I also like to take it underneath my cheekbone because that's going to help make my cheekbone pop a little bit more. At this point, I take my ring fingers and I press that concealer in and up. I didn't put it on like where my textured bags are. I did it really on the more discolored areas, and I have a lot of discoloration on my eyelids, so that's why I used a little extra because I've got some area to cover on these eyelids. So just press and pull it up, and I will be going over this with a damp blending bud. Good morning, Heather. Beth said, missed the first couple of minutes. What was the jar product you used? That was what I primed my face with. So you always want to start with a primer. I always joke it is a crime not to prime. Primer fills in your fine lines and pores, and it also acts like Velcro for your makeup. You can use my like regular primer. A lot of people have different primers for their specific needs. This one is like some new crazy technology that's actually like a powder encapsulated in water, like water encapsulated in powder, but it is an excellent primer. It's really great if you want to have like a flawless look, if you want to really make sure that your pores aren't standing out. Now, this foundation that I'm using honestly doesn't showcase pores. Like it doesn't settle in them. It's no joke. It is my favorite foundation for a reason. It's just light, simple. It's going to look fabulous on everybody. You can amp up the coverage. Doesn't settle in fine lines and pores at all. As Christina said, it's great even for oily skin. It's my favorite one that I recommend for my friends with more mature skin or dry skin. It's just like, it's it's the perfect one. If you could have like the baby from the Three Bears, you know, like this one's just right, that's the one. So as you can see, I'm just kind of like highlighting underneath that cheekbone. So this is where I have my cheekbone kind of divots. If I was contouring, that's where I would be adding my contour. If I was probably going to add a little bit of bronzer. Look, I still need to blend that little sucker. That's where I'll be adding my bronzer, but you do not want to have your bronzer go all the way down your cheek, and then you're just going to look like you have a beard. Never used powder primer before, so it's okay to put liquid on top with this one. Yes, because it's like, I don't know, it's just some newfangled technology, Christina. So if you haven't tried it with your oily skin, you may fall in love with it. Definitely ask in the magic chat, like ladies with oil skin, how are you loving this? Because a lot of people are loving it, particularly with BB cream. And then you can use it as a set too, setting product. It's not just for priming, it's also for setting. So I'm just taking this blending bud and kind of pressing my makeup in, blending that concealer a wee bit. And as I said, I kind of highlighted my upper cheekbone. Like I brought it down here and then I highlighted up. Using this blending bud just helps it meld into your skin a little bit more, so it's not like really bright highlight, which I am here for. I am going to go over with a bit of powder. As I said, I wanted to amp up the coverage and I forgot to bring over my concealer that does match my skin. I used like a highlight shade. So you can just take a little bit of your pressed powder. The lighter your tool, the less dense your tool, the less dense the color is going to be on your face. So for example, if you were to use the sponge that it comes with, that's going to give you really hardcore full coverage. I'll even show you. I'll just go to town right there. Whoop. See, it's like a magic eraser. Whoop. It just erases freckles, age spots, all that kind of stuff. But if you use a really light brush, like a nice little fluffy brush, it's going to give you more of a light coverage. So I still want some of those freckles to shine through, so I'm just kind of like dusting a little bit of pressed powder on top to give me a little bit more of that coverage, but it is completely up to you. Makeup and skincare, all that kind of stuff, it's a choose your own adventure, and you have to find out what works best for you. Heather says, you do such an amazing job on your makeup. Oh, Heather, you are so kind. Honestly, it's just trial and error and practice, you know? I was never taught it necessarily as a kid. I just kind of have played around with it and found what works for me. And I love to share, you know, what's worked for me and worked for my friends. So, because, I don't know, like, it's something that I wish I knew more about, because there's definite things that can make you, change your face, you know, like if you have scarring, age spots, acne, there's different ways that you can you hear my son playing? I assume you can, but let me know. Welcome to 7:27 in the morning in my house, full of piano. Um, yeah, like, you know, as I've gotten older, I've gotten a bit more age spots. So sometimes I just go in with that little powder and I just kind of cover those suckers up if it's making me feel not super, super confident. Morning, Destiny. How are you? Thanks for tuning in. And then I'll blend that sucker out. But yeah, it's just practice and like learning tips and tricks. And part of the fun is sharing it with you along the way. Um, because honestly, you know, you learn these tips and tricks sometimes and you kind of don't let it sink in until you share it with somebody else. All right, so I do need to set this concealer. I will say concealer for me, I like to put a little bit of translucent setting powder on top. Um, it just locks it in and it takes away some of that dewiness. For me, when I have dewiness, it shows my physical bags a little bit more than I would like. So see that? I don't know if you can see it that well in the light, but for me, I prefer to set my concealer with just a light dusting. There are some young whippersnappers who do this thing called baking where they like load on translucent setting powder. I can't do that. I add a little extra in kind of the areas where I get a little oily and shiny. The setting powder sets your makeup, make sure it doesn't come off on your masks or when you're like walking around. It helps with oils and it helps with sweat. It is so good without necessarily adding extra coverage, which I appreciate. My mom taught me to cake things on, and now I like way less as an adult. You know, especially because of the pandemic, like people are just less is more right now. I've even been going foundation free a lot of the times. But because I'm going to this event, I just want to feel a little bit more pulled together. I am going to take a little bit of bronzer and bronze up my face a wee bit. Here's a fun tip with bronzer. You do a 3. So around your hairline, underneath that cheekbone that I was mentioning before, and then underneath your chin, right over here. So remember, we leave this area right here free and clear. You can do bronzer without foundation. If you want to have that sun-kissed glow, add a little dimension to your face, add a little warmth, you can do it without foundation. You can do it with light foundation like I have on today, medium, full. The world is your oyster with bronzer. Now, my bronzers are limited edition. If you are interested, I can help you find the right shade for you. I'm just kind of doing it a little bit as like a contour right now, and then I will be bronzing a bit more. I should have had a cup of water. My allergies are so bad right now that I have like this tickle in my throat. I'm usually pretty good about drinking a couple glasses of water when I first wake up, but I was like, I want to go live today. I want to do my makeup. I want to, you know, do a little extra. I usually don't do my makeup before the school day. I like get dressed and I bring the kids to school and then I come back and I start my work and I start my day. I've been going live more around lunchtime, honestly. All right, so you saw I did the 3 or the E. That helps chisel and kind of contour and add dimension to my face. And then I've been going a little bit more wherever the sun would hit. So on the bridge of my nose, up here, that's more where you would just bronze and kind of warm up your face. When you do bronzer, you do not have to do blush. You can. I like blush, so I'm going to go for some blush. But a lot of people who do bronzer, they just do bronzer. And it adds that color to their face. Ah, is this the one that I want? Loving summer bronzing. I know, it's so easy and just so pretty and gives some nice little life to your face. I'm going in with this shade right here. It's a light pink that has like this luminosity to it. You can kind of see the light catch it a little bit, and that is going to give a nice youthfulness to my skin, and it kind of doubles as a luminizer. So I did the bronzer right here. I'm going to put the blush on top, more on the high cheekbone area. I stop below my pupil. I don't bring it in too far close to my nose, and it really helps lift my face. So blush is like a secret weapon. If you feel like your under eyes look tired or really discolored, add a little bit more blush and it's going to bring the attention elsewhere. If you feel like your face is a little saggy or over time it's gotten a little droopy, bring that blush and really make sure that you're bringing in an upwards motion. It can help just really visually change how your face looks and adds a nice little lift. I personally go a little extra with blush and then blend it a little bit more. So just know if you're like, Mary, that's really strong, I know it is, and I'm cool with it, but then I blend it. So I'm a blush girl. Are any of you blush people? I have been, like, I think since I had my TV job. I think I just noticed, like, how different I looked with blush, and I liked how it did do that change of face shape kind of thing. All right. So I went little overboard. I even add a little bit over here above my brow, so it almost makes like a C shape. And then I take just a fluffy, clean blending brush, and I blend that sucker. Blush was made for your face, Mary. It brightens you up. Oh, thank you. It's so funny because honestly, like I didn't really wear blush, and then I was like, oh, this makes a really big difference on me. So it's not for everybody, but it is for me. So see how just taking big fluffy clean blending brush, I deposit a lot of color and then I just blend it out. I don't smush it all over the place. I'm still keeping it in that same direction, but because this is a bit fluffier compared to the more densely packed brush that I put it on, this was for placement and this was for blending. All right, so we got that going on. Let's do a quick little eyeshadow and then I gotta get going to feed these kids some breakfast using liquid eyeshadow. Who here has tried this one? This right here, if you, once again, makeup minimalist, you got to get out the door, you want some little spring beauty, you want to catch some attention on your eyes though, you literally just paint it on your lower eyelids like I just did. Use your fingers or use a brush and you can blend it out. This is like the easiest eyeshadow I've ever used. So pretty. This shade right here looks lovely on everybody, and if you're a little nervous because it's catching some light, you might be like, oh, my textured eyelid skin. I'm telling you, it looks great on people of all ages, all skin types, all skin textures. It's magic in a bottle, and it really holds on tight. Boom. Me in love, yay! Yes, this shade looks awesome on you, Christina. Fun little thing you can do with bronzer too is you can use this as an eyeshadow if you wanted to add a little bit more dimension. So I'll just go in and go right kind of in that crease area. And the cool thing with this is that it kind of like makes your whole look cohesive because you're going to have a little bit of this bronzer shade on your eyes, but it's also on your face. So always think about that with your makeup. You can even do that with blush. You can have multi-purpose products. And then I like to take it and I bring it underneath my eyes a smidge, kind of to that lower lid where that lower crease naturally is. What shade is that, Mary? Hey, Natalie, how are you? What shade of what? The eyeshadow or the bronzer? Let me know which one. Reverent is my base color for nearly everything, says Jolene. Exactly. It's just so good. It is so good. You can't beat it. So here's a fun thing for you all. We just had an announcement yesterday that we're having some brand new brow products drop on Tuesday, which I'm pumped about. So many people have difficulties, like something they're not super confident with are their brows. You know, whether they have no brows or they need to fill them in. I was cursed in the 90s and 2000s, and now I guess I'm blessed with really, really thick natural brows. So I don't really think I'm the best model when it comes to before and afters of brow products, but I do like to go through, fill in the spots that I've either grayed a bit or that I've lost a little bit of, you know, the hair, because your brows are one of the first places that you do thin out and showcase your age. So just by doing your brows, once again, if you're a makeup minimalist, you're not a glam lady, not a glam person, but if you want to do your brows, it's going to help you look a little bit younger. And you don't have to do crazy structured brows. You can make them look nice and natural. So I just like to go in and, as I said, I fill in the little spots that I'm missing some hairs. Ooh, there we go. Yes, yes, Christina. Oh my gosh. If you check out, I think the Team Magic chat has it. I know that Maureen just posted some information. We're coming out with new pencils that are like shaped differently so that you can really create some really nice brow like hair strokes, plus powder and pomade. Like so many great brow things are coming, which I am here for. All right, let's do some lashes, my friends. This is not the one that I wanted. This is purple, which I love purple mascara. Not gonna lie, I do love it. I'll just go in with waterproof since I think my regular 4D is in my room. So waterproof it is for today. The eyeshadow shade, Natalie, is called Reverent. All right, so a couple of tips with mascara. You have to look down if you don't want to get it all over your eyelid. Then you get really close to the base of your eye and you push and you wiggle. This is going to create a faux eyeliner look because you're kind of stamping a little bit of that mascara product right on the base of your lashes, right where it meets that skin. So if you have limited lid real estate, or if you're not super duper talented with eyeliner, but you like the look that it gives you, you like that, it makes your lashes stand out a little bit more, it makes your eye look a little bit more dramatic, try that. Get your wand right to the base of your lashes, press it in there and kind of wiggle it in to give your base of your lashes a nice thick coat, and then go to town. I also like to go on the backs and fronts of my lashes when I'm trying to have a bit more dramatic of a look. I am not holding this as far down as I should have because I put it on my desk, which is not down. It is more to the side. Oh well. Yay! Hi, Ruth. Good morning. How are you? Yes, that liquid eyeshadow. I'm so glad that you all like it so much because, I'm trying to create actually like a beginner makeup bundle, like an everyday makeup bag kind of items that I would recommend for people, whether they're starting or, whether they're starting with makeup in general or if they're just starting with makeup from my site and they want to try some like tried and true things that you kind of can't mess up, that are going to make you feel fabulous, easy to use, and this liquid eyeshadow would 100% be one of them. I do have a May Glam Box, which includes over $400 worth of product, including that there eyeshadow, which you can't go wrong with, my lip butter, my favorite lipstick that's just like a perfect nude for everybody. It comes with a free foundation coupon, so if you wanted to have the light coverage BB cream like I had, or if you want to go a bit more full coverage with either a spray or a stick, so it's $99 and it comes with $400 worth of skincare and makeup. It has all of my best-selling items, all my different mascaras. I mean, it's got everything. Hi, sweet boy. How are you? You want to come say hi? Yeah. Yeah or no?
Yes.
Here, come over. Are you excited for school today?
Yeah.
What are you most excited here? Because I'm just going to do this right here, so you just can't move too much. What are you the camera's right there. What are you most excited for today? What's the big news in the Larson household?
The third season of Camp Cretaceous comes out today.
The third season of Camp Cretaceous. What is Camp Cretaceous for people who don't know, who aren't avid fans like we are?
It's like a commercial-ish Jurassic World show.
Cartoon. Not commercial.
Cartoon with these 5 kids that get trapped on Isla Nublar.
It's a brilliant show. Basically, during the time frame of Jurassic World, supposedly there was a camp with teenagers on the island. So it's an animated show on Netflix, and somebody I know loves dinosaurs and loves this show. So, Jurassic Park, Jurassic World, they're not necessarily kid friendly. This show is this age friendly. So I just put on a little bit of lip gloss. This is the shade Lonesome. I don't know if I particularly have it in stock right now. But getting just a little lip color on there makes me feel all polished and good. Let's take a little setting spray and then I get to go and hit the road. What do you guys think? Super simple, springy, adds a little pop of color. I, kind of evened out my skin tone a little bit.
Get Dunkin'!
Oh no, we're gonna go to the other donut place today, buddy.
No,
because Daddy's with us. Daddy doesn't want to eat Dunkin'. Trust me. Daddy's around Dunkin' all the time. So this is setting spray. It's like hairspray for your face. Just locks it all in so my makeup's gonna look like this all day. I will not look like I have a wet, dewy face all day, though. I will tell you that. Thank you, Ruth. Let me just fan this off for a hot second. It's The Duke and I. Not only is it an excellent book, but it's great for fanning yourself when you're trying to have your setting spray dry. I think today's the day in Rhode Island that some people can go mask-free, but we are going to be wearing our masks inside the school building. So I'm just wearing this right now. It also is super hydrating and not sticky. I will make sure I wipe it off before I put on my mask, though. Anything that's super glossy can rub off on your mask, okay? So keep that in mind. Thank you so much. Oh, you did get to hear it, Natalie. He's my little artist and musician. He's a good boy. They're both good kids. All right, my friends, have a great day. Let me know your thoughts on this. If you have any questions, whether you want to know more about that May Glam Box that has like all of my best-selling items inside of it at a 75% discount, or if you need anything, let me know. I am here for you. I hope you have a great weekend. Happy Friday. Thanks for checking out This Minute with Mary, and I'll talk with you soon.